Okay, so another, I guess, big topic that we can have. We can all go around and say it. I mean, you can have as much time as you want. But if you had infinite monies, like you could buy any sort of animation team, whatever you wanted.
I love how Zach perked up when you said infinite monies.
The perfect... they will develop the perfect version of what you want. Like, what could you want for an anime?
Like what genre?
The genre and... Story, sort of. I've given some thought to this, so I'll go first.
Okay.
But, so what I would want is like a high school-based slice of life anime that had psychological aspects to it. A little bit like Gakugarashi, but not the same story, because I wouldn't just want to watch it on repeat. But I'm not sure how I'd want it to be a psychological thriller. I just know that I love those contexts. And I think that would be a really fun anime to have.
Okay. I got one. There was an anime that I thought up with my friends a while ago, and it was an anime based on All of Us. And I gave everybody powers and stuff like that.
I remember this.
That was with me.
Yep. Me and Zach went through a whole thing, and we were talking about like certain powers that people would like and enjoy based on personality and stuff that they would like. And like we made separate factions. We were trying to make like established rules of how like the how everything works, like in a way laws of physics and stuff like that. And like certain counters, and there's like certain types of things. In a way, it was like a Boku no Hero before Boku no Hero. In a way.
Yeah.
But that I thought of like a whole anime that was similar to that, and I think I would like to bring that to life, because that would be like me animating All of Us.
That would be cool.
That's a good question, Ben. That's...
Thanks. I didn't come up with a question.
Thank you, Google.
That was definitely Zach.
I mean, gosh, that's a good question. I love Danmachi so much. Like the preeminence of like the RPG games that we are addicted to, going to a dungeon, beating something, leveling up, going back to your guild master, getting stronger, doing that again next day. I just love that. So it would have to be based off of that premise, but if I had to go to high school with you, it had to be similar to Persona. Like the Persona game stories, it had to be like that. Just a little bit
nice
extra.
little jazzy like songs are popping up, like jazzy techno.
Wear your mask.
Yeah, see, I'd have to probably go with the same thing as Timmy on that one. I like the whole aspect of Danmachi and like the RPG or MMORPG aspect of like Sword Art first season at least. Without the fear of the death, I would probably have an anime like that.
I don't think I would mind death.
I mean, death would happen. It's just without the fear of if you have a power outage.
Oh, right.
you die. I mean, but yeah, that's probably the anime that I would choose. But I think the school aspect is cool too, because once you get out of high school, you don't really have any school aspects like that anymore.
Which I disliked about anime trends is like 80% was high school settings.
Yeah.
Like the romance or like all high school settings.
There is one that is college.
There's one that's in work where they work in a company and they both fall in love.
I like that one too.
But I'm like, dude, like, let me have a different setting aside from high school.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I would like some romance in a non-high school setting.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So wait, Alex, do you have one that you can think of? An anime that you would think is ideal for your taste, at least?
I'm probably gonna say it, and y'all are gonna be like, oh, something like this exists already.
Well,
mine exists.
Yeah, a lot of stuff exists, but yeah. So what would you?
But don't know exactly how to word it, but it'd be something along the lines of you would go for like 2 whole seasons. You'd introduce a group of characters, and they'd be likable characters, and they would have some objective. They would be fighting an organization or something that would be what from their perspective is like super inherently evil. And then after like however X many episodes, that the script flips and you go to the other organization and you start learning about them, and then like it could almost be in the context of like the same events are playing out from the new perspective, and you get to learn more about them, and then from their perspective, the other person is like the inherent absolute evil.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of seasons of that, you get into the conflicts again, from like an outside perspective, just like tackling the same kind of perspective from different viewpoints and seeing how people's perspective changes when you actually get to know the characters.
So there are like some animes that hint towards it, but usually the organizations are usually like have like a huge flaw where they're actually are like they're half and half.
Right.
Half are evil and then half are actually good.
I hate to keep bringing it up, but I felt like that was the lizard art for Overlord.
No, that's kind of what I was going off of.
Yeah.
But like,
because you felt bad. You're like, Ainz, do not do this war with the lizards. Like, please don't.
Yeah.
And then it happens, and you understand what Ainz wants. He wants like an army, but
funny you say that. That was actually my springboard into the idea that I had, like an expansion of that little 4-episode concept.
Yeah, because at that one point you're like, I don't agree with what Ainz is doing. Like, I don't want him to do that.
Right.
But then you go back to Ainz side, you're like, I understand.
I understand what you're doing,
but not these guys. Come on.
Like, at least don't kill them. Come on.
Yeah. I saw a thread on Facebook that was saying it's like the same kind of concept a little bit. It was geared towards a video game, but it would be cool as an anime too. Is you have this main character and they're going through their life making these choices,
right?
Like that impact
I saw
people.
that then, yeah,
and slowly the choices become more difficult and like crazier, and then eventually you realize you're the bad guy.
Oh wow!
Like so, in the end, you've been rooting for and hoping for this character to succeed, but then you realize like, oh shit, they're actually the bad guy.
He's messing up the rest of the world somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think BioShock kind of does some of that. They also give you like the craziest plot twist of just like it's a meta video game plot twist of so the whole time the main guy or the character you're playing is receiving instruction from another character, and he would always say this phrase of would you be so kindly as to do this, and at first you're like, this is a video game, so I'm just gonna go and do it. Right. But then he keeps saying it, and then you keep doing these things that he's telling you, and then you don't realize that he's actually brainwashing you, and you're actually the bad guy. Like, he's forcing you to do all this stuff by saying, would you be so kindly?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Zach, do you have an anime that you would like to make with all the bajillions of dollars in the world?
Well, I don't really know about like the logistics of it. I would want like a psychological superpower thing where I don't know if any of you have seen Psychopaths.
Yep.
But that's all psychological and all that shit, but kind of more I guess supernatural with that kind of thing.
What if it was like kind of combined with Ajin in a way?
Kind of, yeah.
Like a mixture of Psychopaths and Ajin put together.
Yeah. Or if you ever seen I don't know, I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but like Zetsun no Terror.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's basically a brother duo are literal terrorists. So.
Yeah, let's go terrorists. He wants to make a terrorist anime that turns other people into terrorists after they watch the anime. Evil.
Blow everything up.
Evil.
So there's one question I thought of if we're all good with this topic.
I'm not okay.
Oh.
Tell him.
That's a shame. Continue, Ben.
I didn't put this in the Google Doc, but I thought of this while we were sitting here. Does anyone have a favorite like bromance characters?
Such as
like Kakashi and Guy is mine.
So like in a way like dynamic duo esque.
Like they play off of each other so well. They're so funny or great or powerful together. Like
that's a good question, man.
There's one. I feel like there's an obvious one I'm not thinking of, Brad. I feel like there's one that I'm like, yes, but I can't think of it at the moment.
Right.
It sounds like an actual brother duo.
I know which one you're going to choose.
In a way, yeah.
Or at least I know which one you might choose.
It's one. It's at least one I considered. I know what you mean. I know what you.
I don't know if you know what I mean.
From what anime, Will? For me. From One Piece? Naruto?
No.
From Overlord?
The Full Metal moment.
Oh, Full Metal moment? With who?
With Armstrong.
Oh my god! That's such a good moment. So it's Armstrong and what's her name's husband?
Sig Curtis.
Yeah.
Is his name.
It's just like the manliest moment ever. And they just like they look into each other's eyes and they just know.
They know it. They've never met each other before, but they sync everything.
What extraordinary muscles!
That is sheer respect.
Respectable biceps! Wonderful
incredible
quads.
valor! Respectable muscles!
Strong handshake!
I do like that. I think that's a great moment. But I think for this question, I think
it needs to be overall.
It needs to be like a relationship.
Yeah,
right.
That's
yeah.
That's hilarious, but that's sort of what I mean.
That's so good, Alex. Damn. Oh man.
Ooh.
I didn't mean to stump y'all so much. I'm
It's a good question. Is the problem? It's so good.
I actually kind of. It's just a newly started bromance, but in One Punch Man, the developing bromance between King and Saitama.
Oh yeah,
that's so good
I
too.
love it.
Yeah, that's it.
For anyone that doesn't know, it's not super. I don't. Should we spoil what about King?
I think.
No, I don't
we'll
think.
wait because the season's still in development.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's. If you know when you learn about King, you'll understand.
There are things that Saitama is better than King at, and there are things that King is better than Saitama
yes.
at. And they have a very, very interesting relationship.
My favorite moment was like, it's like, oh no, I broke his game.
Oh.
I deleted his save.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, he did both of those things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was pressing the button too hard and broke it.
Yeah. Man, fuck you, Ben.
I kind of like the bromance from Black Clover with Magna
and Luck. Yeah. No, I was thinking that, but I couldn't tell if I really wanted to bite on it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I want to commit to that though.
Will, do you like any of the Luffy bromances with either Usopp or Zoro or even Ace?
Ooh,
Alright, so
What about Sabo?
the thing is though, that's
Sabo is...
Sabo's kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, I know.
The whole thing though is that with Ace, he's no longer there.
Spoiler! I'm joking.
He could have
So
been going off somewhere.
So my problem with that is that it was a really cool bromance when they were kids, and it grew into that, especially during the Paramount War.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think I like the bromance between Jinbei and Luffy a lot better.
Yeah.
Because Jinbei kind of keeps Luffy in check.
But now that he's gone...
He's not gone. He's gonna be back. But I also like the whole Usopp and Chopper bromance. That one's really funny because they just make fun of everybody. They're just like going after it. So it's pretty funny.
I got one.
Yeah.
Yukihira Soma.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Soma and
the Italian
the
dude.
blonde dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
You could
Why
even just
can't
have the
remember- why can't I
bromance
remember
of the
his name?
Aldini brothers.
Aldini.
Just have the Aldini brothers. That's a good
I
bromance
need
because
to-
they are actually bros.
Takumi.
No, Aldini plays
I'm
off
gonna
so
throw
much too
something
well.
But
out.
see,
Yeah.
but
Zoro and Sanji?
Zoro and Sanji's like an anti-bromance.
Like, they're
That
very
turned into a
competitive and
bromance.
stuff.
They
But-
hate each other,
But when they work
but
together...
they work so
What,
well
like
together.
Legolas and Gimli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Sanji and Zoro both try to do the same thing, and they get in each other's way.
That's hilarious.
And so then all of a sudden Sanji's like, get out of my way, moss head, because he's got green hair.
Ooh.
And he says, shut up, you perverted cook. And they just keep on going at each other. It's hilarious.
They start fighting and stuff in random moments and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
While they're in a fight with somebody strong. It's like they don't care.
Honestly, though, but they're actually...
But, see, I also
the people that they weren't even going against, they weren't even that strong. Just they were... With Zoro and Sanji fighting each other, they became... The enemy became stronger, I guess, because they're handicapped. So...
They're oh god, just type in character. You already did.
Yeah.
Dang it. Who's the... I like the small budding romance, or bromance, not romance, budding bromance of Soma and the Chinese food dude.
Oh, one of the elites.
The ninth chair.
Yeah, the ninth chair, because they're going back and forth. They're like... That's becoming
Yeah,
a
I
bromance,
completely-
What
too.
about the bromance between Ishiki and everyone?
Ishiki and everybody.
Yeah. That's my dude.
Yes, Ishiki is so funny.
That's
Like,
my dude right there.
Oh, yeah.
like the first time he got naked, I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Context.
And
He
then
has an apron.
you also
Yeah,
have...
okay, that makes
Sometimes.
it fine.
You also had that three-way... There's a lot of bromances in Soma. You also had that three-way
There is.
bromance of the big three. So, Soma... God, that dude. Hayama.
Hayama,
And,
who does the spices.
Ray? Is it Ray?
Yeah.
The black hair dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
All three of them had a really cool
Oh, wait,
bromance.
no,
Yeah, but I said underline the word.
Kurokiba.
Oh, Rio.
Rio.
Ryu.
Kurokiba.
Rio.
Yeah.
It's Rio.
Okay.
There's no
Christ,
U.
y'all so American. Rio.
Rio.
Oh.
Rio de Janeiro.
We out chill.
Does anybody can think of any more? That was a good question, Ben.
I'm gonna wake up tonight and I'm gonna bolt up in my bed and be like,
What? That?
Demiurge Cocutus!
I'm thinking there are some that are lingering in the back
I'm
of my
gonna
mind
yeah,
right now,
they're
and I'm like,
completely
I
blanking.
know that there's some really good bromances with a lot of these. But I just can't
You're gonna
think of it.
freaking stand up. Demiurge
I'm
Cocutus!
gonna scream it out as I sit up.
No, he's gonna jolt up in his bed. He's gonna call you and
Yeah.
just scream it in
Don't
your
do
ear.
that.
I'm gonna leave you a voicemail so what I'll
Natsu
wake
and
up
Gray
to.
from Fairy Tail have a good one as well.
Gray and Natsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Well, I think if you're watching the current thing now, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. So then the last thing we have is the upcoming anime.
Yeah.
New and upcoming.
Okay.
I feel like Will and Timmy know
So
a lot
Timmy-
about
Take
that.
it away. How you feeling?
I mean, so
Fall is gonna be lit.
yeah, 2019 fall. Yeah, Boku no Hero, like that's
Season
out.
4.
Mm.
Shokugeki Shino Sara, that's coming out.
Mhm.
You have another season of Nanatsu no Taizai, that's coming out. You got another
Wait,
Fake
wait.
Grand Order.
Pause.
Oh wait.
You know what I'm talking about, Nick.
Yup.
Meliodas and Bond.
Yup.
Yeah, okay.
That is a good
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, when they see each other for like the first time in a long time, what do? Arm wrestle. An arm wrestle that is so strong it destroys an entire like castle or prison.
Bye, Zach.
Bye, Zach. You got no video. But
Or
like
sound.
no sound. Well, maybe he muted it or something like that. But anyways, all right.
Sound.
We have sound.
There
Hey.
he is.
Hey, there you go. So yeah, they do an arm wrestle and it's enough to destroy a whole like castle prison thing. It's amazing. Oh, and then they do their little
Bun! Captain!
boom, goes through like 10 walls. They're like, yay! And then he comes out and knocks him through 10 walls. Like, Jesus, bunch of immortals fighting.
You also have
War of Elicitization.
War of Elicitization is coming
That's
out.
gonna
That's
be-
the
yeah.
new sword art.
That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be
Another sword
Insane.
art.
well. It's a second
It's the
season to the
elicit-
new
it's the-
Elicitization.
It's the Elicitization. It's way better, Nick.
It's so much better. It's
Okay.
back to the original.
But like
Okay.
the ones I'm really excited about that don't have a date. You have a second season of ReZero coming out.
Yeah, ReZero's coming out.
Really?
Slime 2's coming
Yeah,
out.
Tenzai Shitara Slime is coming out.
Kobayashi Dragon Maid 2's coming
Yes.
out.
Slime.
Slime's my jam.
They also have this new one coming out, and this is not like a new season. It's just a new anime, and it is a shonen. But it's called Dr. Stone.
Okay.
Basically, everybody. No, there's like this apocalypse that happens, and everybody turns into like rock and stone and all this other stuff. And this one middle schooler, high school, or something like that wakes up out of the stone and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Sees that one of his best friends, who was really gifted at science, like, has been awake for a few months, and he is come up with an idea to shape the world using certain scientific methods and all this other stuff. It actually sounds really cool.
There's going to be another Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Super? Like Super 2?
Yeah, there is going to happen.
Type in.
They left an open ending,
and
they kind of hinted towards things. But with the reemergence of certain universes, that it brings possibilities of like new bad guys. So
yeah,
there's going to be more Dragon Ball Super. They haven't told us when, but or rather they might have, and I just
that's
haven't
another
told.
one coming out. Yeah,
there's going to be more.
Yeah, for sure.
There's also a new one coming out called Lord El Malloy II. And basically, this one just looks like one of those masterpiece animes. It looks very beautiful, very strong. It looks almost like the same art style as Fate.
Okay.
Like Fate Unlimited Blade Works style.
Oh, okay.
It's based off a book.
It's based off of a book.
Talk about over-the-top fights from Fate. You know what I'm talking about, Zach? From the newest one?
Like Grand Order?
This one, I watched them out of order.
I almost said Alice's Asian.
Apocrypha?
Apocrypha? Oh.
Over the top fights. They got a good couple of them.
Spartacus!
And then there's another one of Atalanta.
Yes.
And the fight between
That's a beautiful name.
what's the name of the night guy?
That's the high school girl.
The night guy?
There's the fire dude versus the night dude. The Lancer. Not Lancer.
Oh, it's the Lancer fight.
Yeah, the Lancer versus it was the Lancer versus the. Why am I so bad? The Saber fight.
Which Lancer?
It was Lancer of. It was
Purple Lancer.
Saber of Black versus Red Lancer, I think. The Fire Lancer.
Yeah, the basically the god.
Yeah, the god, and he was fighting the Saber dude.
With the gray hair.
Yeah. Did you not see that fight?
I saw it. I saw the whole thing. Trying to remember at what point in the anime that was. Because it was at the beginning or towards the end?
Towards the end.
Then it wasn't necessarily the Saber of Black. It was
the
powers given.
Yeah, it was the powers given. And also, with the powers given to that kid, he did a good fight against the other guy as well. That was really interesting.
I liked,
Bazooka! Yeah.
I liked, what was it? Achilles versus, Archer Black.
Yeah.
That was a good fight.
There's only one Archer, though. In every Fate universe, there's only one Archer.
He was completely overdone, and he needs to stop reappearing in every Fate.
No, he don't. Like, come on, man.
King of Heroes.
King of bullshit, that's what it is.
Yep. You know what he's not king of?
My dude.
Lancelot.
You know, that's his weakness. Like, let's be honest.
I always like the abridged series that people make, and there's a bridge series where they redid that fight where Gilgamesh shoots at Lancelot, and he's like, "What's up?" And he says a bad word. He says a bad word I can't say on screen.
Oh, friend.
Yes, he says friend.
What's up, friend?
It's like, what are you looking at, friend? And everyone's like, whoa! It's like, alright, I'm gonna shoot this guy. He screams all the time. It's amazing.
I just love how he like shoots and he just like grabs it. He's like,
Yeah.
you thought.
Exactly, you thought. Alright, any more upcoming anime?
No, that's about it. But
What do you feel like you're more interested in seeing?
Dungeon.
and so many.
I've waited way too long for a second season.
Dungeon, it has been a while.
What is Dungeon?
It's
It's Danmachi. So they play a twist. Is it Greek mythology? There's like
Yeah.
Athena, Ares.
It's in all mythology.
Yeah, they have a bunch of like gods
Hestia.
and goddesses that like play as guild masters, and then it's
Hestia,
like an RPG where like you go down to the dungeon, you fight a bunch of monsters.
Hephaestus.
That's not
mainly Greek.
that's not the one where the guy goes against the Minotaur.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
that
it is.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there's like the story of the child in his dreams to become a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen little bits and pieces
Yeah.
of that.
And Freya. I just want Freya. We're finally gonna see Freya.
Yeah.
Finally.
Let's get it. So excited.
Will, what are you looking forward to the most though?
The most I'm looking forward to is
Shokugeki?
It's Shokugeki season
Same.
4.
You ready to get hungry while watching?
No, I'm ready to get past this damn cliffhanger that they gave us at the very
I
end of
always
season
eat
3.
while watching anime, so like
Nothing
Like,
changes.
Everything-
That one made me so mad. I was like, you built up to this very big part, and then we're gonna be done with it for a year.
There's something so satisfying about watching Shokugeki no Soma,
Oh,
but then I feel so sad because I'm like, I can't eat that because I don't have the
They did on
ability.
BuzzFeed.
And yeah, they do it on BuzzFeed.
it doesn't look the same.
It's
Not quite.
It can't be
It
the
doesn't have
same.
that anime
But it might
feel.
taste
Yeah,
the
you
same
know.
yet.
Like,
I want to try some of those.
like even the simple stuff.
we could
like,
we could do a let's cook and try and make some of those damn
Ooh.
things.
Let's go.
And fail horribly.
And
Oh.
fail horribly.
And like all the shonen characters eating like the giant thing of like ham or whatever, like on the
God, I
bone.
want it so bad.
Like, but at the same time, when we actually see a thing of ham like that, we're like, I don't want to
That's
eat that.
disgusting. Yeah.
But yeah, every time I see anything from Shokugeki, I'm like, man, I can't make anything like that. The closest thing I can make is just ramen.
Yeah. Top ramen.
I made some mean mac and cheese last night.
Hey.
What was it? Boiling pasta and then just putting cheese on top of it, putting it in the microwave?
The cheese is already pre-made.
No one has that.
No, I like doctored it up and stuff. It was all in the pot.
So you put
Okay.
salt in it?
Salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, ginger.
Oh my goodness, he spiced it up.
Bacon,
Wow.
bitch.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right, Alex, do you have like an anime that you're kind of looking forward to,
From the fall,
or at least
or
you
it could
think-
just be like on your list.
yeah.
You know.
You
have a
giant ass list now.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Do I need to add to it?
Probably. It can be ever growing. I mean, out of fall, I'm definitely looking forward to Slime and seeing that new season
Yeah.
of Slime.
Yeah.
'Cause I definitely.
Well, I don't
I-
know if that's in the fall.
I thought. Oh,
No,
I thought that's what you said.
Tensei Shitara Slime is going to be either winter 2019, which I don't think, or it's going to be
Aw.
summer or
So
spring
I just
2020.
more anticipation now,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
No. I was just saying that was upcoming.
Oh, okay.
It was funny that I started watching Slime and Goblin Slayer, and like I haven't seen you guys in like a couple of weeks, something like that. And I like came by and was like, "Hey, have you guys heard this anime?" Like, we're watching it too.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
No, those two were like some of the few anime that I've gone and watched by myself. Those were like the exceptions to me being recommended everything.
Right, same. It was cool to see that I went to go watch this anime individually without anyone saying, and then I ended up finding that
And then,
Alex
yeah.
and everybody else have been watching it.
Well, we got the same taste.
But yeah, I also want to see more Slime. I think I'm anticipating that. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to, or they're looking forward to at least? You said Dungeon, you said Slime, you said
Shokugeki.
no Soma. Same thing with you, you want to do Soma. Zach, you already said that
Danmachi.
Danmachi. Damn. Is there any other questions?
None that I could think of.
And we'd be going over two
I
hours now.
mean, I said this before. This stream could be literally 6 hours. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can always get more specific with certain animes and stuff like that,
Sure.
and you know we can do like a whole Naruto stream and talk about Naruto and all that stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
We can do a whole One Piece where it's just me and Will just be all like
Let's do a hate stream.
Jinbei
A
dead.
hate stream. A hate stream. Oh,
We
God.
just shit on anime.
We
Here
could.
comes Kaneki Ken.
That's good.
Don't even get me started.
We already did, Alex.
And
it was
no,
great.
that was an iceberg.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
a tip.
Nothing.
But yeah, so for the people who are watching and or listening, I want to make sure everyone understands that one, follow so you can keep up with us.
Yep.
You can follow us here on Twitch. We also have a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter, a YouTube,
Yes.
anything else?
Discord.
Discord. We also have a Discord that I can post a link for people who are interested in the chat, and you can come by and talk to us and hang out Maybe play some games if we get to know you.
Maybe play some Monopoly.
Maybe play some Monopoly. We post Let's Plays, and we also post a podcast in case you missed part of the podcast on
just
YouTube.
Recently did Luigi's Mansion all the way through.
Yeah, me and Ben played Luigi's Mansion all the way through. We have that posted up. I think I'm going to start playing Ocarina of Time with probably Ben.
Yeah.
And I think Will's going to be wanting to do some Let's Plays with some people, and so does Alex and Timmy. And also, we all just got done through a game of Monopoly last night, and I'm going to be posting that as well.
Oh, y'all played Monopoly without me.
The dynasty was complete. Man.
Yes, it was!
Those who looked down upon us.
Let's just say that Timmy screwed the pooch.
Those who look down on the light blue.
You look down upon us plebs, and us plebs has
the worst trade in the history of mankind.
I was telling you guys, I was like, don't doubt my freaking trades here. I made some baller-ass trades, and it paid out.
GG, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for the follow once again.
You too, man.
You too. Thanks for hanging around.
You know, thanks for coming out.
Please come again.
And anyone else who's watching,
Continue to talk to us, please.
Yes. Anyone else who's watching, go ahead, drop that follow and stuff like that. We would appreciate it. We're going to try and do podcasts every Sunday. I'm going to be posting videos throughout the weeks after we record, whether it be Monopoly or other Let's Plays. And this is not just an anime podcast. We also talk about video games, anime.
You can check out our previous Twitch stream on E3. It's still up. And it is on YouTube.
That is correct. And we just talk about a lot of geeky, nerdy stuff,
Well, come August.
It's just what we love.
Yep, like whether it be superheroes and bad guys and stuff like that. So, anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll appreciate you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Bye.
See you, SWBZ.